Hello, and I'm Frank Jernigan. Welcome to the weekly meeting of the Phrancko Sweater Knitters. Let me greet everyone. Hi, Mary.
Hello.
Hi, Joellen. Hi, Sumner. Hi,
He,
Judith.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Ron and Tim.
Hello.
Hi, Will.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Maggie.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Jenny.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Serena.
Hello.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Frank.
And hi, Bob. If you can unmute, we will hear you say hello, Bob. Hello? Oh, you're not Bob.
Oh, it is me. Yes.
Hi, Bob.
she's incognito.
Ah.
Mary, Bob for the rest of the
I was
night.
trying to get on my laptop, but my work is associated with it. It was coming up as someone else at work, and I can't undo that. So we're on our home iPad as Bob. We're here as Bob.
And so tell everyone your real name.
Mrs. Bob. No, it's Sandra.
That's funny.
Let me see. I think
Mrs.
I can
Bob.
change your name. I'm going to change it.
Yeah, that'd be
Fabulous.
fine. He doesn't know how to get onto this.
Yeah, just Mrs. Bob, Frank.
There we
Just
are.
do that.
Oh, good.
Mrs. Bob.
Well,
Thank
I was
you.
just saying I had to race back again. We're still looking for a dog to rescue and home. And we we go to a rescue dog event on Saturday that starts at noon, and it's a half hour away. So I try to remember to leave at 1:30 and come back, but I never seem to quite do that. I got away at 1:45 or 1:05 last week, and it takes a half hour to get home. So I just came in and I'm all out of breath because I ran up the steps.
But they're
Oh.
so cute.
Hello, Wally. We don't hear you, and we can't see you, Wally. We'll assume we will see you in a minute. How's everyone?
Good. Good.
Is there a fire near you, Frank?
Not that I'm
Oakland?
aware of. I
Oh,
haven't heard about
good,
it.
good, good.
Did you hear of one in Northern California?
I thought I saw something about Oakland having a fire, but maybe they got it out already.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe
I,
that was old. I don't know.
maybe
How-
I
you know
just
how
haven't
things
seen the
pop up?
news.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hi, Wally.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Hi.
Good,
Hi.
good evening, Jenny.
It's really evening for her.
Yes, it is.
About bedtime, I think.
Yeah, I'm surprised she stays up.
She really
Oh,
likes us.
You're such a good bunch of people, yes.
Well, we haven't seen Ron and Tim for a while. Welcome back.
Thank you. Glad to be back.
Oh, and hi, Kathy. You just snuck in.
Hi.
How was
can't
your
find my-
Ron, how was your production going?
Tonight is our closing performance.
Oh,
So
Wow.
I
Good.
managed to be awake all day, which is a change for me. It's been kind of exhausting. But yes, it's been going very well. It's been very well received. And we saw Will last weekend.
Yes, I was there on Sunday.
Yay.
Wow.
It was wonderful. I loved it. It was so much fun. I was totally impressed, especially by the sets.
Thank
And
you.
I never thought I'd get to see Tim in fishnet stockings, but I got it was a real treat.
Incriminating picture that you will share with us.
for those who don't know it, we're talking about Rocky Horror Picture Show, which Ron is, and I guess Tim also.
Yes, yeah. So
I have worked on in a local production in Bakersfield, California.
yeah, so we've been performing for the last 3 weeks. We've as soon as we started performing, I began rehearsals for Steel Magnolias, which is going up next month.
And I can't wait to see
Ooh,
that too.
I love that one.
The ladies are great. They're really wonderful. It's a pleasure to work with them. So, and yeah, Tim is in this. I directed the production and I'm also in it
Yes.
in a chair. I gave myself a chair the whole time. Otherwise, I couldn't make it. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and I'm working with a lot of young people and sort of teaching them the history of like cinema, like mid-century cinema, and like queer cinema and history through the mid-century into today. It was great, and I'm working with some old friends that I've known for 30 years. That a friend of mine who works down in Los Angeles came up to be our Frankenfurter, and that was great. So now I'm finally knitting again. My poor sweater has just been sitting in my bag, like with me just delusionally carrying it around, thinking maybe I'll have a few minutes to work on it. Yeah.
Well, go ahead and show us where you're at on it anyway.
Oh, sure.
Oh, how nice. Look at that.
Very
About
I just love
here.
the
Yeah.
boldness of the color.
Wow.
In the last few days, I managed to get a few
Wow.
pages made,
Cool.
actually. So it's a lot of fun.
Very cool.
Got a modified Phrancko V-neck with a deeper V-neck, rather than increasing every row. There's an increase on 2 out of every 3 rows.
Hmm.
I think is the ratio. Or I put an increase on each side of the neck every 3rd row. Algebra. So it's slightly deeper than the standard Phrancko V-neck, but it's a Phrancko V-neck.
Very nice. Yeah.
Quite pleased with it.
Yeah, very fun.
It's all linty from living in my backpack for a month.
Mm.
And
So
Tim,
am I.
do you have
The one
something
thing
you'd
I'm
like to
looking
show
for-
us?
Is shaving.
Huh?
Do you have
Oh,
something you'd like to show us?
Your fishnets?
I haven't really done anything lately.
You have a dinosaur head.
Yeah, but that's nothing.
It's nothing. Interesting related note, we had a patron come to our production who had crocheted their own fishnet top.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
It was beautiful.
It was great. So that's a lot of fun. Someone who we know is in the community here and is a knitter and crocheter, and they crocheted their own top and came to Rocky Horror in it, which was great.
oh.
Hmm.
What did I miss? What's everyone been doing? You're getting a dog. Customers.
We're all knitting.
So this is your yarn here.
I welcome it.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Isn't it
yes,
gorgeous? It's so
Mm.
nice.
Oh,
So nice. And the second time on the sleeves, I did them 2 at a time and they were too tight. So 1 at a time. I'll do that again. But boy, it's beautiful. And this is the regular V-neck following the instructions, like I am likely to do. Yeah, but love the yarn. Oh my goodness, it's
It looks
exquisite.
beautiful.
Thank you again for that. Just lovely.
Is the fabric energetic? Does it have a lot of stretch and bounce?
Yeah, it's and it just it doesn't look like it's really gonna pill, you know. And even that it has a little halo too.
Yeah.
You would think it would pill, but I mean it will pill eventually. But I just if I don't stop touching it, Yeah.
Put it in your backpack for a month.
because yeah, it's just lovely. But
Remind me
anyway,
what yarn that is again?
That is
This is-
Chusku by Mirasol.
yeah,
What did you say, Ron?
Chusku, Chuscu, I believe, by Mirasol.
Mirasol. I've never heard of that.
it's 100% Coriadale.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
and it's just got the best hand of what I like of a woolly yarn.
It is
Right.
definitely a Sumner yarn.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like a woolly yarn, but it's soft on the skin.
Yeah,
You
it's
can
not
wear it.
like some
It
woolly
doesn't
yarns have that
itch.
very like crunchy feel. This one
Yeah,
does
no, it's not
very
crunchy.
plush and
Mhm.
springy.
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
As soon as we got the shipment of it, I immediately mailed one to Sumner unsolicited. I was just like, you got to feel this.
Mm.
The Sumner yarn.
Yeah. And then I bought 2 sweaters worth. It's just, he knows what he's doing.
I opened my trench coat full of skeins of yarn.
Yeah. I got my picks.
So if we were to divide the knitters into different categories, there's those that like a little more toothy yarn and those that like super soft and silky. We have members like that, but then there's the ones that never follow a pattern at all. Ron, I'm looking at you. And then always following a pattern, which seems to be Sumner, and I know I do too.
Yeah.
So how else are we kind of different and yet the same in our love of knitting?
Yeah. I know people who really love bulky yarns.
Oh, bulky.
Yeah. And then some people who love fingering weight yarns, you know?
I love fingering weight. Almost everything I do is fingering,
Mhm.
and I'll knit it often. I'll knit it a little loosely so it's more like a sport, but
Yeah.
I have a lot of fingering.
Well, where you live, I think you kind of have to. If you're
Well,
going to wear
exactly.
something. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'd freeze in a fingering weight sweater.
Right.
Like it has to be worsted, Aran, something like that.
Yeah.
Me and
I know
Judith.
there are people who like to knit with plain yarns in lots of textured, complicated stitches. And there are people who like to work with wild or textured yarns in plain stockinette and let the yarn do something.
Yeah. I like the creation of the stockinette fabric that's over a single, just very nice yarn.
Yeah.
I just think that fabric speaking for itself is, I just love that. Like it really shines, I think. But
Oh, I've got something else I've kind of been sitting on. I don't know, have you guys been bringing in books for your book reports? I've got something to share.
Every now and then somebody shows a book.
So this was just published. It's a new book by Fashionary.
Oh.
The Knitwear Manual.
I'm
And
going to write this down.
it's published by Fashionary.
they spent a lot of money on cover art.
It's the white book.
So like we have the don't judge a book by its cover thing. There is a contrasting Chinese proverb that is the cover of the book tells you what's in it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But it's got so a lot of the construction and fabric stuff relates to machine
Well,
knitting.
it's like this one, but this one was one that you had recommended before about Textilepedia.
Yes.
Isn't this the same place?
Yeah.
It
Same
is the
publisher.
coolest book.
Then you'll love this one. And so what I found most helpful, there is Textilepedia.
So this
the
is one he
Knitwear Manual.
recommended before, and I ordered it, and it's really good.
So this one goes in depth on knitwear styles, different types of knitwear garments, constructions.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find. And then there are sections where here are just necklines.
Wow.
Wow.
There's similar sections for collar treatments, sleeve types. It doesn't go much into the construction of them, if at all, but it's sort of like a pick your mix kind of, just these are the traditional shapes of sleeves. These are the things you see in knitwear. in different types of cardigan fronts, different silhouettes, and then it goes on to have a little like Stitch dictionary section in the back.
Got it. Nice.
With different texture
There's a
stickers.
huge number of pictures in those books.
Yeah,
And they're
and
really,
then,
really good.
much like Textilepedia, it has a big, like the opening sections are about fibers and how they
Oh, I
behave in
might should get that
knitwear.
one for my fiber report.
Yeah, it compares their quality specifically with knitwear in mind. Like
Good.
how much ventilation they have, how much you could expect them to stretch, how much you could expect them to shrink. It goes into lots of details about
Oh,
yarn construction.
Twists, yeah.
So
Oh, neat.
that is what I've been sitting on for a couple weeks now, and just like talks about different fabric types and how they behave and how you'd expect them to behave. Again, an eye towards machine knitting, but pertinent information still, and all the design stuff is super interesting and tons of illustrations. That's what I have to share.
That's great. Thanks,
Super
Ron.
interesting.
Okay, I'm ready to update everyone on my
Ah.
Phrancko
Oh,
adventure.
Mrs. Bob.
Here we
go ahead.
go.
Yeah, Miss Bob. So last week I showed you that I'm doing Phrancko with the saddle shoulders, and I was showing this, and right after we got off, I kept looking at it, and I'm like, I'm just knitting so tight. I'm knitting tighter than the gauge I had, and I could not keep moving, and so I started over.
Oh,
And so now,
Oh, wow.
all right. So these
Oh,
cool little
nice.
things, this shoulder shaping, I figure I've knit each one like 7 times before I got it right. Because first I was too tight, then it was super too tight, then I was too loose or whatever. And so I finally got it. And then I knit one with 11 rows and the other one with 12 rows. And I had to undo that. 12 columns. I mean, it was just silly mistakes. But I am now on the road and clicking along. And you know how last week I asked about shoulder shaping because I was really concerned about that. And everyone, I mean, Frank and everyone, Sumner, assured me that it just naturally occurred. And I just kept thinking, I just don't know how it's naturally occurring. And it is naturally occurring. It's awesome.
It's amazing.
And, you know, I just
Yeah.
don't think it's reading very well.
It's magic. It's magic.
It is so magic. Yeah. So this is pretty pitiful looking because it's all bunched up, but the fabric is divine. That is coming along, and I'm not working on it as we speak because I don't want to have to reknit anything again for times. Yeah. So anyway, love the fabric, and I was going to remind everyone again what the yarn is, but I can't find my hanks. I don't know where they are.
And it
So
really
now
looks
I'm
like
worried I've lost them.
it really looks like something I would wear. That is beautiful.
It is
It's
gorgeous.
very woolly. Looks soft. Yeah. Nice halo.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And my trick for, I think we talked last week that I was using the Cocoa Knit chart. I gave up on that. That was too much chart stuff. And what I decided to do is go back to the dental floss. And whenever I start a new round of counting where it says do this for three times, 3 rows apart, whatever it is, every time I start one of those, then I start with a new dental band. Is that what they're called? Dental bands?
Dental
and
elastic,
so each time I do a row, I go past the one I just had and I add on the other one. So I know I'm progressing. And then when I get my 3, and now I'm working on 5. And so I just know exactly where I am in the pattern by adding it with that method. And I don't have to keep up with anything. I mean, I have to read my knitting, but
Mhm.
I'm a happy camper, and I'm already dreaming about my next Phrancko, which I'll probably start before I finish this because that one will be for me. But I'm thinking I'm just going to keep this. This is another swatch, right? That's what I'm going to call it.
Yeah.
My other swatch. Yeah. And I'll probably practice snipping off these dental bands before I do it on the real sweater to make sure I don't clip.
I do not use my knitting scissors. So I've got like really sharp knitting scissors. But when I cut my bands off, I use eyebrow scissors. They're blunt.
Oh, good idea.
So they don't ever poke the wool. And then I know that my elastic's right underneath them. So it never snags on the wool. These would snag.
All right.
So,
well, Sumner,
yeah,
you
just
give me
blunt ones.
lots of great tips. So I wanted to share my other great tips. I think a couple of you gave me this tip, but I believe I remember Sumner doing it where he bought these little zippers to store my needles in. And so I've tried this for about 6 weeks, and I just have mine in a basket.
Oh, nice. Good
right
for you.
here. And it has been game changer. It's awesome.
Yeah,
I don't
it's so
have
neat.
needles all over the house. It's super neat. And I just got those off Amazon for like $12 or something.
Yeah, they're cheap.
Yeah, so I appreciate
Love it.
I appreciate all the information I learned from you guys here. It's just super encouraging.
So,
you're up in my game.
Mrs. Bob, Cindy
Yes.
forgets, right, half of what I'll ever know. Okay, just so you know.
Well,
So
I
we get a
can
lot
tell
from
that
everybody.
Sandra,
I
let
can
me
tell
add
Cindy's
that.
in a whole different league.
Let me add that your contribution to the group is encouraging people to start a Phrancko sweater
Yeah.
and see how exciting it is to watch it develop.
Your
You're
enthusiasm
also
is
making a huge contribution to the group and to everybody who watches the video.
yes, your enthusiasm is very contagious.
It is.
Oh, good, because I have no knitting friends. I have none in person. Nope. Everybody gets that glazed look. You know.
Well, you got 10 right here.
I know. Right? Like, you guys are my friends. My husband, he is super supportive. In fact, I went to
Mr.
Hobby
Sandra.
Lobby. I get
Mr. Sandra.
I went to Mr. Sandra. I ran into Hobby Lobby to make one of those get the yarn for to make a felted blanket. You know, I talked about that where I got the inexpensive yarn and felted this up.
Yeah. Oh.
So,
Nice.
so I bought this is that yarn that I used. It's 100% wool, and it felt great, and it's super inexpensive. I think this was like $3.50, something like that.
So what's the label again?
I'm sorry. Yeah, it is. It's Hobby Lobby. I love this wool. Let's see if you can. Yeah. So I got it this color. I'll do some blocking color striping on it.
Oh,
and that'll be
nice.
Yeah. And be very manly for him. He will like that. But anyway, I walked out and I said, babe, look at all this. It only costs $25. And he said, honey, you don't have to tell me how much you spent on your yarn. And I was like, you were just like the best husband ever.
That's so nice. That's good. That's good.
It's like, and I'm
but that is pretty
yes,
amazing
I do.
to get that for $25, I have to say.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah. Hobby deals more in acrylic, but this is one thing they have that's 100% wool.
Does it say what kind of wool it is?
No, it's called not very, well, here you go. Yeah, I would call it, entry level wool. I don't know what that is. That's what I would call it. Right? I don't think it would peel easily. But it is rustic. Whatever it is, it's rustic. So it's great. Great for on a budget. Okay, my enthusiasm is done.
I have another great organizational tip. If you have a lot of needles, you can just cram them in a bag.
Oh, God.
Looking at it gives you anxiety. You could put it in a drawer like this.
I don't think we'll pass that tip along, okay? I might edit that out of the video.
You never know.
Yeah, I chose not to adopt your tip.
Those are just needles we haven't gone through yet. I've got all of my needles are above my desk organized, and those who just like have wandered around the place or been left here or came from a project bag at home, and those have yet to be sorted out with all their friends. But it does kind of give me the heebie-jeebies sitting here.
Well, I finished my sweater, you guys.
Oh, nice, Maggie. What do you got?
Yay.
But I still have to block it and weave in the ends. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice. Look at that.
Nice.
Oh, very
Very
good. I'm happy.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Happy.
Yeah.
Super.
How do you like the fit, Maggie?
Yeah, good.
Good.
I was
Because when you tried it on before, it looked really good.
Yeah, I tried it on again, and I thought, it looks like the this part's too short, but really it fits really well. So very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
I think everyone who knitted a Phrancko sweater thought the shoulders were too narrow until they tried it on and found out, oh, this really works.
Yeah, it really does work. It's like magic. Yeah.
It's because the sleeves are in fact set in sleeves. So they're set in from the outer edge of the shoulder. So it looks like they're short.
Yeah.
And I had an amazing thought. Well, not amazing, but this morning I was thinking about how optimistic knitters are, because we keep starting over and over and I still keep being excited about it.
Yeah.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yes.
Here's my second sock.
Yeah.
Oh, how nice.
And
Well done.
I started over with that green yarn that I got from Ron and Tim, that cotton. This is my fourth project now with that yarn. But now I decided to go back to the baby blanket after all. So a Debbie Bliss thing. So very good.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Could you remind us what yarn you knitted your Phrancko sweater out of?
So the Noro Sonata
Oh,
that
'cause
I thought
like
was a problem.
color.
This, brown. This,
Yes.
I don't know what the color was called. You can't, when you order stuff online, you don't really know what you're really going to get until you get it. So
Right.
Yeah.
I hate that, but that's the way it is in this remote place. It's raining here today.
Oh,
So nice. Yeah.
It felt nice outside yesterday evening, and I was so happy.
Cooled off for you guys finally?
In the evening. Well, it's in, I don't know, I think the mid 80s today.
Yeah.
So it's cool. Nice autumnal weather.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Judith and I are waking up in the 30s.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Right, Judith?
yeah, we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Covered all the plants. Yeah.
Frost and everything
Yeah.
already. Yeah.
It's
Leaves
getting down
are
to the high
falling down.
60s at night. It's very
Right.
well, there are a lot of people here today, so let's start showing what we're working on, everybody. Who wants to show us what you're working on? We've seen a couple of people.
Oh.
There's Mary.
Oh no, Mary.
We're going to draw raging bulls.
Yeah.
Hold it up again, Mary.
It should be a white flag.
Hooray!
Mary, hold it up again.
Oh, again? Oh,
There we go.
There you go.
Another
Nice.
red square for your blanket.
exactly. Someday I'll be through.
Well, I can show what I'm working on. I finished one sock
Oh,
Hey.
and I have
Uh,
begun my second.
oh.
let's see the first one.
one.
So here's the first one.
Oh,
Oh,
And,
nice.
nice.
it's a variegated
Yeah.
yarn, obviously. So it
I
has
love
all
it.
kinds of interesting things that have happened with the colorway
Mhm.
and what it looks like. This is a mock table.
Yes.
It's a 4-stitch by 4-row design. And then when you get over here, look how different.
Oh, is that
Oh.
that is
Wow.
adorable.
Isn't that
Look
wild?
at that.
And then
Yeah.
you
Love
move
it.
on down to the bottom of the foot, and that still looks different.
Yeah.
That's
So,
crazy.
so
How
it's
cool.
amazing all the different colorway arrangements that turned out to be.
What
That's
yarn is that?
fun.
I knew somebody would ask me that. Let's see.
Well, you show us a very interesting yarn. We have to ask.
Well, I'll get back to you later. I'm looking for that little piece of paper where it went.
We won't hold our breath, but we are.
Okay, good.
We hope.
So my level 3 double knitting is still in timeout, but I have had fun knitting for like the last week and a half. And I finished the hat that I had gotten as a kit.
my.
Oh, nice. Look
It
at
was
that.
from a
Wow.
kit from Shetland Wool Week. This was Katie's Cap. It was from 4 or 5 years ago. But I love how the top is.
That's beautiful.
Yes,
I do
too.
Yeah.
So though this
Wow.
was a break from level 3, I'm taking it as I'm practicing level 3 skills because I'll either have to do a sweater or a hat and stuff like this. And I am really pleased. I'll show the inside even. I'm really
Yeah.
pleased with how I did that.
Beautiful.
Oh,
I did it all on
That
2
was gorgeous.
circulars, and it was just fun to just do it and just do fun knitting. Just
How many
enjoy
colors
it.
of yarn?
That's my question too. How many colors?
There's 6. There's 6.
6.
Oh, wow.
And they're
Because
beautiful.
the dark is the cosmos, and then you do this one, and then this blue is Pacific. This purple was foxglove, and this was the one that's like spice and.
Is it
Can't remember what
Jameson's
the
or what is the yarn?
Yeah, it's Jameson and Smith, but I've put the thing back up, so I'd have to go dig it out to find it. But it was the one from Katie's Cap. This was one of the colorways that was shown. They had like 4 different ones. There was one that was blue, one that was kind of like greens and browns, one that was all natural, and there was this one. And so like I said, I bought the whole little kit, was in a jar, and
Cute.
I looked at it and really enjoyed the colors for a long time. And then finally, when it's like, I'm just going to do something fun. And so I did, but I'm real pleased with how it turned out.
That is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
And then I've been working again on a sock and on zeros, which has taken me forever. Thank you, Jimmy and Sumner. And this is the catboardy, but it fits really good. It's got really great stretch and everything. And this is
Wow.
the catboardy.
Love that sock. That's my
So
go-to.
it's cool. And then I did a rounded toe that was Tanya Murray had a little pattern that was just for the rounded toe. It was on Ravelry. It was just a few bucks. I got it years ago. But I have little short sausage toes, so long pointed socks don't fit me. They kind of flop. And so I reverse engineered this rounded toe because her pattern was toe up and this was top down. And so now I've got to do the Kitchener at the end. And I will use Suzanne's special Kitchener of where you do the Kitchener the toe without the ears. I've done that before. So that's where I am right now. I finished all my bind off. Well, I've got to do the very last row where you do the SSK all the way and then knit two together. So you end up with just 6 stitches on each needle clip to bind together. But I have one
Cindy,
sock done now.
I know you're good at finding links. Could you find a link to that video that Suzanne Bryan
I
did
sure can.
on the
I sure can. Yeah.
Kitchener without ears?
Yes, I will.
That'd be great. I'll put it in the description of the video.
If you're still interested in the color of this, the yarn on for the sock,
Oh yeah.
it is by Dandelions and Daisies Fiber Art. Colorway is Coral Reef. And I don't know, sassafras sock, I don't know why that's there, but so it's a superwash merino 75 and nylon 25 fingering weight.
Very nice. Thank you.
Write all that
Yeah.
down.
The sassafras sock was the base, and Dandelion and Daisies is a local young woman that dyes here. That
Okay.
dyes yarn.
Okay.
She was. I bought some of her yarns before I ever was. I guess I don't know. Strong is probably not the right word, but confident enough to even try to knit a sock. But I really liked her yarns.
Yes.
She just does really interesting colors.
So I was inspired by Cindy last week. So I thought I'd go out of my comfort zone, and I'm trying color work as well. So this is
Look at that.
Wow.
Beautiful.
For me. Yeah. Yeah. So this is thanks
You ought to
to
feel
Cindy.
confident now.
No kidding.
I'm pleased with how it's coming out. Yes, I've only had to redo it once. So that's not too bad at all. Yes, yeah. So really tough with
3
that.
colors,
Yeah.
or is my screen doing artifacts?
No, it's 2 colors, just a grey
Oh yeah.
and
On my screen, the center of the X's looked brown.
Yeah, I
Oh, I
think
see,
that's
no.
I think that's really interesting. I think that's because the color
Yeah.
looks different to your eyes than
Yeah.
because it does on my screen too.
Oh, I see. Does it? If I get right close, you can probably see
Yeah.
actually the
That's
green
really cool. Beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm
Can
only
you show
trying
us?
2 colors.
Would
I
you
can't
show
do
us
any
the
more than that.
back?
Yeah.
Show
Sorry?
us the back. Show us
Oh
the back.
no.
The back. Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, nice floats.
Oh wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nice
Beautiful.
trend color work.
Neat.
Lovely work.
Very neat.
So yeah, I'm chuffed with how it's
I
coming
love
out.
that.
So
I love your contrast colors. They're just gorgeous together.
they are, yes. I originally bought the 2. So last year I was requested to knit a double knit scarf for a lady at work, and she didn't know what colours she wanted. So I bought 3 sets of colours and let her pick what she wanted, and this was one she didn't want, so I had them left over. So the colours were bought to do a double knit scarf. But yes, so I thought I'd have a go at that. Yeah.
Lovely.
The sweater I have on is gray and yellow.
Oh yeah.
I made this. This is Martin Story.
I've always loved that little edging on there. I've always
Yeah.
thought, I've seen you with
Oh,
this
yeah.
on before.
Yeah, I love this sweater. This
Yeah,
is Soft
pretty.
Yak by Rowan.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, it holds its shape really well. It doesn't pill at all, period. It just doesn't pill. But it's Soft Jack by Rowan, so it's not the cheapest yarn, but it's worth it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ginny, what's the name of your hat pattern?
This is, I don't know how you pronounce it. It's spelt Vinterfjord. Winterfjord, maybe that's how you pronounce it. Winterfjord hat.
Okay.
And that
I
is
really like it.
Yeah, that is by.
I might have to jump on the color work bandwagon.
Johnson Knits, JOHNSEN, Johnson Knits. This again was a Ravelry download.
Can you write that into the chat, Jenny?
I'll have a go. I'm not a Zoom person, so come back next week. I might have figured out how to do it by then. Yeah.
I've got it. I'll put it in.
Okay,
Thank you, Cindy.
Cindy saved you again, Jenny. She
Yes, Cindy saved me again,
great
yeah.
at finding the patterns on Ravelry
Yeah.
and the videos on YouTube.
Oh, so talking about videos on YouTube, I found a video by a guy called, hang on, let me just find it. Oh dear, hang on a minute. Oh, no, I've lost it now.
Nimble
all right, so,
Needles.
Nimble Needles, that's it. Yeah,
That's right.
So,
Norman.
Yep.
It's
Norman.
Norman.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's one that was released just last week, and it's called 10 Absolutely Viral Knitting Techniques.
Yeah.
And the first one of the 10 techniques is a really cool cast on, which looks like the
Tubular.
Sorry?
It looked like I watched that last night. Tubular.
Yes. It looks like the tubular cast on, but it's not. So it's done in one row. So you literally cast on, long tail cast on half the stitches you want. And then on the next row, you purl a stitch and then go all the way around and under the needle, grab the yarn around and create a loop, and then purl a stitch and repeat that all the way around. And then as you go back and knit and purl, you get this beautiful looking cast on edge.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I just saw that.
Yeah. So I was, I've never seen this guy before, so that was new to me, and I thought it was really good.
Oh, wow.
I love
Yeah, he's
that.
very good. I used to
Yes.
support his Patreon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He is an exquisite perfectionist.
Yeah, he's a double pointed needle man, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's good.
You gotta watch out for those.
Yep, you do.
Poke, 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 poke.
Right, Ron?
Poke, 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 poke.
That's
Ron is our
another way that we're
resident.
different as knitters. Some of
Right.
us use double points, some of us use circulars, some of us use magic loop or two circulars.
Yeah.
Some of us do one project at a time, and some have multiple projects on the go.
That's exactly it. Oh, that's really a lot different.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to be the first one, be the first one today for my first experience to ask Judith what she is working on.
Yay.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
It's what we call a right du passage.
It was your turn, Sandra. It was your turn to ask.
It is my turn to ask what does Judith have on her needles?
Oh my God. I'm in the same team as Tim. I haven't been working. Well, I finished my hat, but it's downstairs drying, and now I'm only working on a shoulder warmer. Shoulder warmer. So it's just a rectangle. It's boring to show now. I don't even know what yarn it is. I know it's a local yarn. I think there's a little bit of alpaca and a lot of Frisian. It's very rustic.
Is it gift knitting or is it for you?
It's for someone I love.
Oh, that's sweet.
Did you make the sweater you have on, Judith?
Yes, and I was looking at it, and I think this is the same yarn.
It
But
looks
this-
very pretty.
Wow, yes.
Yeah,
So
this
similar.
has been washed, and there's a little halo, you call it.
Yeah.
So this will look different when I wash it.
That one you're wearing just looks like it's soft as a cloud. It's very pretty.
It is, and it's very warm. It's my not every day, but almost every day sweater I like to wear. Yeah.
So you said it's like a shoulder warmer. Is that like a shawl, or is that something a different shape?
Different shape. It's just let's say it's just a rectangle in the back, and then two large bands in the front to counterweight. Can I say
Okay.
so it's not there's no button or nothing. It's just déposé, just put on the shoulders. So
it sounds like a short poncho.
That's what
ponchos are made that way. You have a long rectangle in the back. There's no connection of the sleeve, and then you have two flaps that come this way, and that all goes however far down you want it to.
Yeah, but I would see it. Okay, I thought ponchos were more like two triangles.
No, not necessarily.
That's another way.
Okay. So
this is how you finish it.
Okay, so that's it.
It's a poncho for a very short person.
Thank you, Sandra, for asking.
Thank you for the privilege of being able to. Yes.
Wally, what are you working
I'm
on?
working on my second glove.
Oh, there you go.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow, look.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work.
It is.
So are you
I
knitting
was-
yourself into it?
No, I keep it. I put it on to see how long it is, because you gotta stop at the last joint. So then that's when you start decreasing for the top. So
Which needles are you using, Wally?
I'm using Knit Picks #1s.
But is it like double points or?
No, this is a magic loop.
Oh, magic loop. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a magic loop guy.
So when you're magic looping, I've never done gloves before. When you're doing a magic loop, do you just do one finger at a time, or are you working each of the fingers?
You do
just one finger at a time.
Yep, you do one finger at a time.
Okay.
And I'm doing them backwards. They always tell you to do the pinky first and work. I started with the thumb, and then I worked my way up to the other ones.
I think you're very courageous. It was hard for me to do the thumb on mittens. I mean,
yeah, well, it fits, and it's not. I mean, I've showed it to the man who I'm giving them to, and they fit him, so they're warm.
Cool.
So
very nice.
Yeah. So
Can you show us the first glove that you finished?
I haven't finished it yet. I still haven't done.
You were on the second one, so I thought you finished.
Let me.
When we first moved here, I did Norman's gloves. Years ago. That was really fun, and they did turn out very, very well.
Yeah.
Gloves are much warmer than mittens, I found out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Norman has a great recipe for gloves.
Yeah.
I've done it too. A couple of years ago I did it, and it was great. The one thing I have to say, I found there were a lot of ends to weave in.
Yeah.
I found that a little frustrating.
So you're doing the fingers magic loop too, Wally?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
This is the first one.
Okay.
And I know you're going to ask. So it's called Yarn Bees Easygoing Willow.
And it goes to work, nourishing your body and delivering a pop of energy that you can feel right away. It tastes just like strawberry lemonade, and it's so good it's now my favorite drink. But this is about a lot more than just energy. When it comes
Somebody's got a radio playing.
powerful change, anyone can add to their diet.
I think I must.
Was that possible?
My earbuds just died.
It's different.
Working it out.
No, it's not you.
Not you, Sumner.
Your digestive tract, helping knock out bad bacteria and getting your gut working right the way it's supposed to.
Oh.
Okay, somebody's. I'm gonna find out who it is. Is anybody hearing a radio where you're watching?
I hear something. It's not.
Yeah.
It wasn't Will. It wasn't Sumner. It wasn't me. We all knew
I
that
think-
Joe was doing it.
Chlorella, hail.
It's not
think
Ron and
some-
Tim.
Spirulina.
I think someone pushed a button on their phone or
There's Afro
iPad.
like an anti-aging super supplement. Study
So
Well,
shows
it is anti-aging. It's fascinating.
I'm gonna mute everyone, and
Yeah.
all those achy joints
I
and
think I can
Oh,
do
he's gonna
that.
find out.
How do you mute everyone?
Well, it stopped, I think.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
It stopped.
How bizarre.
Sorry, that was Tim mumbling. It wasn't us.
Could it be someone watching us and they had
Tim
the
just
video
will not
on?
shut up about gut health and anti-aging.
You speak fast, Tim.
Oh, what's that drink?
He speaks at 1.5.
I'll get my kombucha and I'll
Comes
talk
again.
to you guys about how good my kombucha is.
Do love kombucha, even though it tastes like salad dressing.
I was just going
Kombucha
to
is
ask,
rough.
how does that stuff taste?
Like salad dressing,
What type of salad dressing?
vinaigrette.
Fermented.
Oh, all right.
That's-
I always had the idea it tasted like dead cabbage or something like that.
Yeah, I
thought
think that's
tasted
it.
Like old seaweed.
Yeah.
Either kind.
Well, does it help your guts?
Not mine. I didn't make it that far.
Yeah.
I don't mind the fact that it tastes like salad dressing.
Oh, God.
I like a lot of gross things.
Why don't you just eat sauerkraut then?
I do.
Yeah.
Why don't you just do one good thing? Because I could do two good things.
I know.
So what's
Now I
Serena
crave
and Kathy? What are you guys making? Oh, I guess I'll go. I don't see Serena. She's
Serena's
here.
right there
I know.
shrugging.
Yeah, she's here. You're both here.
I'm doing a scarf.
Oh, how nice.
This is the front.
Oh, pretty
Yeah.
squishy.
It's very squishy. It's
Oh,
these two yarns. This one's alpaca and wool 50-50. And then this is what I'm doing it with, and that's a brushed alpaca lace. But
what company was that yarn?
This is the Alpaca Yarn Company.
Oh,
Yeah. And I'll be selling holiday boxes for kits for hat and scarf. So
Oh, nice.
I'm making this sample.
Wow.
Yep. Very simple.
Beautiful.
I'd say advanced beginner level.
Advanced beginner.
I'm in new winter cold area. I will be making that.
Really? It's a lot colder where you are now?
Oh yeah.
where are you?
It's about 20 degrees. Well, no, it's when I first got here, it was 10 degrees different than what I left. And then my daughter, where I'm originally from, Texas, is 20 degrees colder year round than there. So I'm getting to, and it's down close to the bottom of the lakes, the Great Lakes.
Oh, you're getting the
northern Indiana.
Okay. And before you were down closer to Kentucky. She was
Correct.
still in Indiana, but she was closer to
Yes.
Kentucky, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. But it'll feel better in the summer.
Yeah. Should.
Yeah.
Well, Frank,
me.
what are you watching? I mean, watching. What are you
I always forget. I share my work too, don't I?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Come on.
I am almost all the way down to putting on the ribbing on my sweater.
Oh, look at that. How nice.
Getting there.
Yep.
Um, So there we go.
Your stockinette looks
Almost there.
so even.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful.
Yes, it's gorgeous.
I really like that shoulder transition that you made. I love that. I don't know what you'd call it. It's just a different kind of pattern on that little patch. That looks
Yeah, I
good.
just did a different pattern on the shoulder.
Mhm.
That was actually to solve a design problem. The design problem is
Take advantage.
if you use, yeah, see the shoulder here is a different pattern than across the front and
Oh,
across.
all
I
right.
like that.
See. All right. Yeah.
I
And
like the look of it.
that means you don't have to match the pattern where it joins.
Right.
Because I could do one size where all the patterns match just fine, but every other size they would all be mismatched at one place. So I decided I'd rather have them mismatch when they hit the shoulder in 4 places, and so it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well,
Are
I
you
just shared.
home?
Hmm?
Oh, I was just gonna ask Serena if she was home yet.
Oh yeah. I've been home. I went to Prince Edward Island Fiber Festival right before
Oh.
Hurricane Gilbert hit Florida.
Yeah.
Lucky you.
Yep, and it was really a lot of fun. It was a mother-daughter trip, and we hadn't traveled together in a long time because she's got a 3-year-old. So we had a great time.
Nice.
And I didn't buy too much yarn or anything. I mostly just socialized. But
Would
that
you
was
like to
my
show us
first
what you're working
major
on?
trip to a fiber festival.
Oh,
And
Did you see?
I think it was only their second year. Is that right?
Yeah.
It was what? What about the second year?
Of the PEI Fiber Festival.
I don't know. I don't know how many years they've been doing it. They do a really good job. There was probably maybe 50 vendors and lots and lots of classes. I chose not to take any classes.
Mm-hmm.
I just chose to do the entertainment, which was a breakfast with fruity knitting.
Right.
Oh, nice.
So I did get to take a picture with Andrea, and it was really
Oh,
fun to hear
nice.
them give their story. And then they had music, which was a violinist that was just extraordinary. I need to go look him up and buy his album, but I couldn't tell you his name now.
I forgot. Did you dance?
No,
There
I
was a
did
caller.
not.
No?
I didn't dance, but they do invite audience members to dance, and it just fascinated me that all these people that had probably never done this, and he taught them, and they just did it like they were choreographed.
It looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah, he called it square dancing, but it felt like Irish dancing. And then they had a farm tour, and so I went there, and of course petted all the animals, the llamas, and picked up the rabbits and the goats, and I bought some they make soap from their goat milk, and so I bought a bunch of lavender soap. And
Oh, nice.
Really nice.
And Charlottetown is quite a nice little town where the festival was.
Yes, they have it in the Delta Hotel, which is a huge convention center as well. And so we did stay in that hotel. And the only thing bad about the hotel is if you wanted food there, they didn't have enough wait staff and they were not attentive. So but you could go down the street and eat food of any type, Indian and just Turkish, and just anything you wanted was right there within walking distance. So
Nice.
Well, thanks, Serena. I'm now starving to death.
Poor
I am too,
baby.
come to think of it.
Would you like to show us what you're working on, Serena?
Oh, well, I have been doing on the side with my other knitting. I've been doing a lot of hats for the Knitting Guild Association's charity drive. So
how
that's
nice.
what I'm doing.
All right.
And so I'm just pulling out a lot of my synthetic yarns and just knitting hats, random hats. And this one I'm not even following a pattern. It'll probably be a child size. But I had a little bit of this yarn left over, so I'm using it up. And
Very good. Good job.
so that's what I'm doing at the moment. Of course, I've got other projects going too.
Speaking of the Knitting Guild Association, I will be going to, I appear to be frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can hear you
me?
though.
Yeah.
My video's not moving. Well, I'll keep talking anyway. I don't know what's going on with my image. Is anybody going to the retreat that the Knitting Guild Association is having in 2 weeks in Minneapolis?
No.
No, wasn't planning on it.
I'm going to be the only one there, huh?
Mm.
I'm sorry. Well, maybe my frozen image is to remind me that it's time for us to end the meeting.
Yeah.
So if you can just imagine, I'm waving goodbye.
All right. Bye, everyone. Have a nice week.
Bye,
Bye, everyone.
Yeah.
See you next week.
Everybody.